This ought to be the right kind of place for a tough guy like you. Garbage cans, rats galore. Scram! I said take off. Beat it. Let's go.
Love him so much to where his legacy, it overwhelms everything. But at the same time, you gotta know and understand when God takes you home, He takes you home, and that's where you are. You were here. You're at home.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mount San Antonio College Theater Arts Department New Works Festival. Our department, like so many arts departments across the world, have had to suddenly reframe how we approach teaching the next generation of artists through technology and reimagined productions. And because we feel that live entertainment will be back stronger than ever in the future, what we did is we put our focus on something that the global pandemic does allow: process rather than product. Tonight, as an audience, you're going to witness one of the earliest stages in that process, the development of new works. In this reading series, you'll see new plays written, directed, designed, and performed by students and a few generous alumni. We believe in teaching our student artists to work autonomously by honing their process through practical application. These playwrights have been drafting new pages while watching Zoom rehearsals, designers have been putting together theoretical designs, and directors have been working with actors to try to stay adapted to an ever-evolving state of each play. Plays in progress are always rough around the edges, but we believe they show great promise as examples of our students' artistry. Finally, it is important to state that we do not censor our students' work, and believe that the theater is a place for human beings to share their stories and perspectives openly. And because of the current state of our culture, these original pieces discuss difficult subjects and contain explicit language and content. Because of that, we only recommend this series for ages 18 and up, and we ask that you take heed of the trigger warnings that will be displayed for each play. Also, links for our New Works Festival program, design presentation, and information about our department can be found in the description below. We hope to see you in person for our next production season soon. Enjoy our New Works Festival reading series. Thank you all so much for joining us and being part of our students' process.
Convalescence by Cher Vieira. Dim lights come up on stage. We see a house, 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, a shed, a front door. It is unrealistic. There are 7 figures in a line, backlit, obscured. The sound of news clips begins to flood the space. We can pluck out the repeated words of woman and suicide.
I am your martyr.
I am your heroine.
I am the wife.
I'm your artist.
I am your star.
I'm your punchline.
I was your friend.
There is a scream. The sound stops, and all characters disappear except for Martyr. The lights begin to fade up on her.
I am your martyr. The scapegoat. The perfect offering to the gods because I have upset the king, and I must now face my crimes. The time is now. I have no doubts in my mind about what I must do. Sounds exactly like what you'd expect a martyr to say, but the reality is, I'm lost. My whole life I have been walking on a tightrope, and now I have finally fallen down. Down, 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 down. I mean, it's a funny word. I mean, have you ever heard of anyone falling up? Men fall up all the time. Into power, into glory. Right place, right time. I might have once said, but hard work and skill, they always say. I've fallen. Will be the fallen. Sacrificed to the greed of my own city, and that pisses me off more than anything in the world. Just another victim to the broken system my city has always used. I could name it. Sure. Tell you where it is, but honestly, who cares at this point? It's happened. It's done. It's over. And I'm here. waiting. The newsrooms are probably typing up a storm, crafting the big scoop about me and my death. There's got to be a story, right? Some meaning, so that folks won't feel bad about condemning me to death. Some twist to my story to wring any pity or guilt or empathy they can out of the dried out hearts and eyes of the people here. It makes me sick. I guess we should talk about laws, crimes, the difference and lack thereof. If we take a look at your justice system, is it fair? Is it just? Does every criminal get what they deserve? And I'm a criminal here in my city, and are you scared of me now? Do you think less of me? Have I lowered your expectations of the woman you thought I was? Woman. Let's think about that word for a second. I stood up for my family as a woman, and what names do you think I'm called? A hero? A martyr? Or emotional, uncontrollable? How about a bitch who doesn't know when to shut up? What if I was a man? Did we not grow up on the belief that men are there to protect us, the women? I mean, we can't possibly protect ourselves because of how fragile we are. I'm supposed to be the emotional, quiet sister. Except I'm not. And now my city has labeled me a criminal and decided to condemn me with a sentence of death. You may look at me and try to figure out what could I have possibly done to warrant such a response, and frankly, me too. I want to blame destiny, fate, the hands of the Almighty for where I have ended up, but maybe I have a new destiny now. To die. To warn all the other strong-willed, loud girls who struggle to find themselves. Because they will be told this story, and their parents will beg them to not become like me, to take what they're given and live with it. To never stand up for themselves when they're in pain. I felt like a woman. My idea of a woman when I buried my brother, but I feel like the city's idea of a woman now. Weak. Emotional. Pathetic. I feel like the youngest child, blamed for doing something I didn't do, but too much a baby to have the trust of my parents. But I did do it. This crime. Is it a crime to pay tribute to the dead? I'm here now, waiting, and the anticipation could kill me even if the city never did. I wonder if he comes with a plea, a bargain, would I take it? Admit how awful you are, he might say, and I'll give you some light punishment instead of death. Either way, I'll be punished. But my way is so much faster. Could I really apologize for doing the right thing, the loving thing, the honest thing? What if it was your brother rotting on display? A sickening show of victory for the city he once loved. Could you sleep at night, knowing the wolves were using his bones as toothpicks? His hands once held yours in the dark, walking you to the bathroom so the monsters won't get you. I won't apologize for doing what's right. To be honest, I never wanted to die like this either. I wanted a job and a career, an education, a husband, a child or two, and maybe even a pet. I want all the dumb things life has to offer too. Pettiness, awful movie nights, food poisoning, awkward moments, awkward kisses, arguments, even going to work on only 1 hour of sleep from a night out. Everything. I will not wait for this king to make his decision. This is my life, my destiny. If I must be punished for loving my family, I will decide the punishment. He may think himself a king, may think he controls me, but I will beat him to it. I will take control. When someone dies, they're gone. Dead. Down under, that's it. There could be an afterlife. There really could be, but I don't want to get my hopes up. My one worry, not even a regret, is what will happen to this body of mine? Will he use it again? A warning sign to anyone who decides to do the right thing? Will he use it to lure my loved ones and punish them as substitute? But I can't think of that. This city is cruel, and it isn't mine, too. The sad thing is, even though I know what I must do, I still want to live. I still hope to live. If only some knight in shining armor would burst through that door to rescue me. He could hold me tight and tell me over and over again, everything will be okay. But no more waiting. Not now, not ever.
Martyr stares at the audience for a moment, then walks off without a second glance. Then heroine wafts on stage, a bit dazed, unmotivated, lost in thought. There is a dreamlike air to the scene.
I am your heroine. Or no, I'm the princess in the castle, waiting for a prince, any prince, to come and save me. I mean, obviously I can't do it myself. I can't do anything by myself. Couldn't ever be in complete control of myself. All my life, people have told me who to be and how to be. It's not so much sad as it is a matter of fact. I mean, even now, I'm just a character written by some writer from many years ago, being used as some type of character development for someone else. What can I say? I live to serve. My existence might improve things for everyone else, but it sure as hell hasn't made me happy so far. Is it fair for me to say I expected something more? I'd be excited just to wake up and experience life. Maybe I'm just being a hopeless romantic. I just fell in love with the idea of what could have actually been me, myself. What has existence ever really meant to me if I need someone to give my life meaning again and again and again? Is that sad to say? It reminds me of a joke my father once told me. It goes like, well, I don't remember. My father was a poor fool, though I can't say I hated him. I know he brought me great memories. But I guess I'm just drawing a blank on my life. Maybe I was written that way. Just existing. Only here, in the present, without purpose. I don't even know how to be a person. I have been trapped in this house, looking out of a window as I watch my life go on without me. Watch it go to waste. I want to break the window and explore what I could be, but then I tell myself, would it even be worth it, trying to understand myself more? Maybe I'll always be this depressing nobody. Or what if I found out who I am and I don't even like her? What if I broke the window and I still couldn't find happiness? That word. I want to be happy. I want to know what it looks like and feel like. I want people to be happy to see me. Happy for who I am. But I have no one. And I can't do it on my own. And well, doesn't that mean I need help? I do feel lost, but I also feel more alive than ever. I have been a fool. I see that now. I tried to be the people pleaser, the nice one, the obedient one. But what good has that ever done me? Maybe it was temporary relief from my own thoughts, seeing how happy others could be when I pleased, obeyed. It was the only thing to fill this dark hole in my chest from this lack of personality, of happiness. I don't even know if I mean what I say right now. Do I mean it? I think I do. But after a whole life of never standing on your own two legs, you become an empty shell of what you could have been. I want to believe I'm the nice person people make me out to be. But the only honest feeling I've ever had was a love that felt unrequited, because I could never actually be myself. Did I put these barriers up? Am I scared of who I am? I don't want to care about this anymore. I never did. Especially since my father passed away. I walk through the halls and I hear people say how sad she looks. But the reality is, I don't feel anything. I know I should feel sad or mad or something, but I just feel lost, gone, empty. I look at this river and all I see is a clear blue rush that could make me feel something. Take me back before he died, before I betrayed myself, before I was left forgotten, alone. No matter how hard I try, I cannot answer my own questions about myself. The answers haven't been written. When I think of life, I imagine all the colors that might have surrounded me. But when I think of myself, I see static. Hear it, feel it. I want to do what I want to do, but how am I supposed to do that when nothing comes to mind? What do I want in life? Today? Tomorrow? Who knows? This river could wash away my worries. This river could give me answers. Wash away my thoughts and worries, even just for a moment. So cool, so quiet, so easy.
Heroine, dazed as if in a dream, walks into the river and is gone. Then sounds swell, kids laughing, families chatting, and wife enters. And though she smiles, her entrance feels solemn.
I am the wife. I stayed up all night cooking a beautiful cake that says, "Happy birthday, sweetie," with all of his favorite sprinkles. It was the perfect texture. I swear it could have been on the cover of a Betty Crocker box. I used to cherish his birthday, thinking about all the possible gifts I can give him. I wasn't sure what to give him this year though, which was a first. I had an idea, but I planned it all out. I'd make him breakfast in bed, do all the chores, finished, and lay his favorite work outfit ready to go. I also wrote to be considered one of my best love poems yet. It goes, "I'm not brave enough to love you, but someone out there is." Sweet, right? Not the traditional roses are red, but I think it gives him a sense of hope for the future. What more could a wife ever ask for? I wish we could have talked first sometimes. I feel like we haven't talked in such a long time. I mean, we talked, we lived together, but now he comes in tired from work. I ask him how his day was. He grunts at acknowledgement and goes to bed. Our conversations used to be unique, special, but now, I mean, what could I really offer him? It's still a mystery why he decided to take a chance on me. I wanted to tell him how I feel, but I feel like he would toss me to the curb in an instant, which would be the right thing to do. I think we used to be open with each other. Maybe it was just my imagination. I loved and enjoyed all my time with him. When he proposed, he asked me to meet him at this exact park, and we danced to the music of our own thoughts. It was one of the most romantic things I've ever experienced. I wish I could pull off this band-aid I put on this seeping wound in our relationship. I've always tried to meet his expectations, but well, we want kids. He really wants kids. I really want kids. But the doctors don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't do it. No matter how many times we try, our children are lost before they're even born. They were would have been beautiful. Our children, with his eyes, maybe my hair. And we give them the love that they deserve. But I'm somehow incapable of doing this one thing every woman can do, and I can't. What the hell am I supposed to do? I can hardly cook, can't clean, worth a damn. And now I want to give birth, but I can't. I can't do anything I was born to do. I mean, I'm his wife, but I never felt like I fit into that role. I do these things, but it never comes out perfect like we see in the movies. It feels like a cruel joke. I've cried and laughed and cried again and laughed some more. If there's a God up there, I'm sure he's having a grand old time seeing the pit of despair I'm drowning in. I felt so ashamed of myself. And I've been avoiding my own husband. I love him so much. But I see it every time I get near him, that he sees another job he has to do every time he gets home. I never wanted him to feel that way. I didn't see it soon enough. Another failure. Oh, how lonely I feel in this relationship now. I really do love him. But is he even in love with me anymore? Or is he just comfortable? Comfortable with our situation and able to tolerate who his wife is. Forever and always. A compromise. Except in this compromise, we both lose. However, I think I'd come to a decision that would make one of us happy. I'm done. Did you hear me? I'm done. I can't possibly live with the fact that I'm a mistake, a sad excuse of a wife, a daughter, and no matter how many times they tell me they love me, I can't do it anymore. I hate the feeling that I'm unable to be the woman he needs. I'm sick of apologizing for existing. I need help that no one could possibly give. But if I do this, maybe he can have the life I wanted for us with someone else. Why should two suffer because of one's failure? He wouldn't leave me. He's too kind for that. Too stubborn. He's a lot of things, but he's always been considerate. Or he tried to be. But now I couldn't even count all the nights he's come home late. Or from work, or from a boys' night out, or from who knows what. I think it's been a while since either of us could call our house a home. He treats me like I'm a stranger when he walks in, almost refuses to look at me, to accept that this is his life now. This could make it worse for him, for a while, but eventually he'll be okay. I wouldn't try to dare explain how I feel. But I can't imagine living the rest of my life without him. Without his love. Without our family. Maybe they'll be there, waiting for me.
Kids' laughter echoes as wife exits, holding an imaginary child. The sound then transitions into the scratches of writing, and artist enters.
I'm your artist. Or I try to be, but everything I write sounds like whining and feels like nothing but a cry for help. Help. What help do I possibly need? I'm married. In love with the man of my dreams. The ideal life, a successful career, my family, House in the woods. My life is exactly as I always expected it would be. I can still remember when I gave birth to my first child, my husband beside me, and I watched her open her eyes, and I felt numb. Isn't that just great? I looked into my child's eyes, and I worried about my future, my career, money, everything except the actual being in my hands. She was so fragile. I kept worrying that I would crush her with the smallest movement of my hand. Now she's older, I know I'm suffocating her. Trying to use her to validate me and my existence, and if that's not the most pathetic thing I've said aloud, I don't know what is. Everything else starts to come in blurs, phases. I feel like a stranger outside of my own body watching my perfect life go by. If everything is going so perfectly, then why do I feel like the odd one out? When I try to share my thoughts, they say, why don't you try writing about the things you're feeling? And I'm more than what my art is. God forbid I try to express myself outside of meter. I'm not looking for pity. I just want someone to see me for all that I am and just listen without trying to compare me to my art. I always imagined writing more uplifting things. Maybe something romantic, dreamier. Something that I could show my family and friends without worrying that they would see me in a different light. Poetry is such a beautiful art form, and everything I write is honest, ugly. My life should be great, and here I am, suffocating. Maybe, just maybe, it's because I never deserved this perfect life. I want to go back to when I first fell in love with it, with life, the little things and the big things. Now I'm lucky if I get out of bed in the morning. At least what I write is good. Or so they say. I don't even know who my audience is anymore, but whatever pays the bills, right? My children have never seen my writing, and I hope they never do. How pathetic I must sound. I am a self-pitying, spoiled brat. What is wrong with me? When I imagined becoming a mother, I imagined the joy I would feel watching my children crawl toward me. Instead, I am terrified. Terrified of how disappointed they'll be when they see me weak and stuck, just like I've always been. I was the one that fell in love and had the kids. But maybe I only ever faked happy. There was no trauma, no big moment, no impacting, everlasting thing that caused this to happen. just happened. What do my children think of me? This husk of the woman I used to be. I don't deserve any of this. I'm nothing. Look at me. I mean it. Look at me. When I look in the mirror, I see the monster I've become. I never wanted to become this. I never wanted to hear the voices telling me I was never good enough and I would be better off dead. I thought living was supposed to make me a better person. But it's not. I'm just so damn tired. How long will I keep up the charade? This is who I am now. And no one tells me good job for getting out of bed. What if my children end up like me? If they had a better mother, someone who could listen and give the right advice, will they ever be okay, or did my genes mess them up for good? Maybe that's why their father left us. Because he knows I am so royally fucked up that they have no hopes for the future. I bet the woman was beautiful, with long, beautiful hair and a smile that could light 1,000 rooms. He's given up on me, and honestly, I can see why. The future is here and now, and this is it. This is me. I miss the person I used to be. The person who could laugh and joke without breaking down 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They tell me try harder. Try harder. Try harder. How the fuck am I supposed to try harder when I am trying as hard as I can every single damn day, when I'm doing the best I can manage every single damn day? I'm trying so hard, but I think the better version of myself has already left. Clocked out. If I continue to try, I'll just ruin everything. So, no more trying. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I have a call.
An oven timer goes off, and artist exits. Suddenly, camera flashes pop all over the stage. Star walks on, trying to hide from the cameras, until she sees the audience.
I am your star, the movie star. The big icon you look at and wish you were as pretty or rich or Well, you want to know how I made my way to the top. That's not an easy question for me. But how can I refuse a request of a fan? Let's start at the beginning. Do you know my real name? Whatever name that comes out of your mouth will never be as horrid as my birth name. But nobody cares about the origins from where we come, right? I mean, it hardly matters now because nothing can change the past. No matter how successful or how rich or how great you become. I was probably too much of a hassle to raise considering my father ran away like the boy he is. Imagine if my mother was the same as him. Oh, she would have been called a whore for leaving her children because we came out of her body, not his. All he did was provide his DNA, so why should he stay? I assume not many women find single fathers attractive, and our mother just wasn't good enough, I guess. My mother, an angel, really. Even if she, well, let's just say I've had lots of experiences with CPS. My mother did not have peace in her own mind. She was constantly in and out of mental hospitals. Have you ever been to one? I have. This one time, when I was in a really bad place, and that place made me feel even worse. I remember counting down the days until I could leave. If you weren't crazy when you entered, you were crazy when you left. I mean, I don't think I'm crazy because of it or anything like that, but that place was the farthest thing from help I could have received. Did you get that? Write it down, love. I bet you're surprised I'm sharing too much. But this should be normal for you. Want to hear another bombshell? The PR team suggested when I first started acting to make my backstory sound more tragic. To spice things up by claiming my parents were dead. I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Many pitied me and gave me a chance simply because they thought my parents were dead. I'm so sorry I tricked my fans into believing that was true, but honestly, it isn't far from the truth. I always have been on my own, without a family or a house to call home, and I've spent a lot of nights in random rooms trying to find peace within myself, usually with someone else. Oh, it's no secret. Oh, I'm sure you've all read the scandals about the star's downfall and the nasty secrets about her lifestyle, because that's just what keeps you going for some reason. And it's what truly made my career everlasting. The naive girl trying to climb her way to the top. I'll admit, I was naive to think that I could model without making sacrifices. And I've made plenty of sacrifices. But did the sacrifices make me successful, or was it just my looks? This body of mine has landed me modeling gigs, acting gigs, and honestly, I was thrilled so many people wanted to see more of me. But that's just it. They only wanted to see me. They didn't really want to know me. Or they only wanted to be seen with me, never to really be with me. No matter who you are, you deserve more love and attention than you could ever imagine. It made me nauseous, realizing the people I thought I could trust just wanted to use me. Sometimes it was flattering to see a crowd gaze in admiration. But when you are idolized, everyone is always watching you. Every time I did something wrong, I was ridiculed, shunned, disgraced. Not for men. Of course, you all love men's scandals. A woman like me can't be too confident. What else would she need a crowd for? That's showbiz. And there was no way I was going to let my lack of confidence ruin my chances. I know I'm beautiful. And I wish all the women out there today could see what beauty they bring into this world, whether someone tells you or not. Every person has something inside of them that can't be replicated no matter who you are. I may be beautiful, but I'm a person. And it takes a real monster to take advantage of another person for their own selfish gain. And it takes a real monster to do things to any person, even a beautiful person. And it takes an even bigger monster to say it was because of love. A man who takes advantage of a woman when she is unconscious is not a man, but a coward. You took my body and tried to make it yours. But this will never be yours. We are stronger than the monsters who come out at night. No matter what society says, no matter what your friends say, no matter what your own mother tells you, you are worth everything and more. Oh, it's late. So late. Or early. I guess this is the end of the interview. Maybe now when I go to sleep I can dream of something better. Dream of floating up and away from this place into the stars. To become what I've always wanted to be.
Stars appear all over and swallow Star, and she fades away. Then Punchline barges in.
I'm your punchline. I mean, you're always telling the joke, so maybe it's my turn. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. What? Heard that one? All right. Tough crowd. Here, this one's funny. Why did the gay man get AIDS? To lose weight. What? Not funny enough for you? Well, that's showbiz. Do you not want to interview me? 'Cause it's a story, let me tell you. I was homeless, orphaned, and tired by the age of 17. I hide everything about myself until one day my mother comes home early and catches me trying on her makeup. Fun times. It's a punch in the gut when you try to open up to the one person whose job it is to love you, and the next minute you lose everything. No food, nowhere to go. It was hard, but believe me, those were temporary setbacks. And as you can imagine, well, I wasn't the only one treated this way. I found friends, we rented an apartment, I got a job, I started to live again. Now you probably look down on me, that poor prostitute, but the job makes money, and it lets me live like the woman I am. I am not ashamed of my body, and you do not have a right to pity me for my career because I love it. Loved it. Work was easy and profitable. You want to know the hardest part? Lean in. It's a secret. The hardest part was watching my friends get the support I never had. I mean, some of them got showered with gifts and conversations and love. Love. What I would give for my parents to finally accept me. I bet you think I'm mad, but really, I'm disappointed. My own mother promised to love me unconditionally and for a lifetime, but where is it? Huh? Where is the fucking love you promised me? All I wanted was for you to take a chance, get to know me, the real me, and now the real me, any me, is gonna disappear forever. Oh, have I mentioned? I have contracted AIDS. You might not know the term. Reagan himself hasn't even used the term in public. I can only assume he's too ashamed, too repulsed to even have it come out of his mouth. But I've heard it called the gay plague. Just another punchline. Isn't that perfect? The land of the free. Same land that has abandoned me, sneered at my community, and tried to slaughter us until we can stand no more. I am so tired of being treated like less than a human being for being who I am. I'm terrified of what this disease will do to me, to my friends. Do you know what AIDS does to you? I believe if my mother knew, she would try to come talk to me. But I'd rather die thinking she'd never accept me than to realize in the last moments that I have that she finally wants to give it a shot. I have seen what AIDS does to a person, and I won't let that motherfucker do it to me. They say the disease is a punishment, and they're not wrong. But I think you're the ones really getting punished. You, the healthy, the soulless people looking away, while so many beautiful, wonderful, brilliant, talented people die, taking with them every good thing they might have given this damn world. You'd rather refer to me as a monster, a creature, an it, than meet me for the beautiful person I fucking am. You don't deserve to know me or anyone like me. That's your punishment. And now, no one will. Joke's on me, but I won't be your punchline. Not yours, not Reagan's, not anyone's.
Punchline looks around one last time. Then she slowly hums, God bless America, and leaves. In her wake, sounds of protests and news reporters swell, and Friend marches on.
I was your friend. Or maybe I still am. It's so hard to tell when half the people you know turn out to be racist, ignorant assholes. I am so damn done, but I can't be, so I'm pissed off. What more can I do in a society that cares so little about me, they would rather sacrifice me sooner to this virus rather than to quarantine? What can I do when the death rates for COVID-19 have done nothing but increase? I can't even count how many people were affected, whether losing their jobs, forced to work at their jobs, or simply having to take time off school just to stay safe and protect their families. Yet, here we are, reopening fucking Disneyland instead of doing the smart, safe thing and staying the fuck inside. And the police are still managing to kill innocent lives in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Their families waiting for them to return, worrying about their safety only to find out that they're not coming back home. They've already been bagged and sent to the morgue with their loved ones, called to make sure they didn't get too lost. Is this what they meant when they chanted "Make America Great Again"? I fought for rights for my people, for Black people, for people at Pride, yet here I am still fighting. Can we just take a break from this constant battle? Like, why are you so scared of people different from you? We're all here, living, trying to do what we need to do, but murder in broad daylight is how some people keep themselves entertained. It makes me sick. This country must love fighting, starting wars with other countries, battling its own people. Yeah, sorry, not supposed to talk about that if you're American, you know. Patriotism, woohoo! But I don't really feel American. Now when the entire country is deeply fucked up, but still acting almighty because of what? What are we supposed to be proud of? Because if I'm being honest here, when I see an American flag, I see the racism and the homophobia and all the other bullshit that America stands for. Unqualified series of assholes is a better name for us. What will it take for this country to see me and my friends as human beings? We have families and lives and hopes and dreams, and because you won the privilege lottery, you get to choose who lives and dies. How can I get in that drawing? How can I get on that list? How can I protect everyone I know and love so they aren't murdered? I can't call up the president directly and be like, hey, up there, buddy. Oh. I'm going to go back to how can I protect everyone? How can I protect everyone I know and love so they aren't murdered? I can't call up the president directly and be like, hey, up there, buddy. Could you get off your high horse and just listen to us? We're fucking dying over here. My coworker's uncle died because of this pandemic, and my boss asked her, when will she come to work? A hardworking Hispanic man dead because of the lack of healthcare in this land of the free. If we are so free, then why don't we have free healthcare? It's a real privilege to not give a damn about others catching this virus, to have the audacity to walk around like everything's normal, to get pissed if minimum wage workers ask you multiple times to just wear the damn mask. Is that what freedom is to you? If we're so free, why do I worry about my friends getting shot for looking dangerous? It exhausts me. This is the society I was born and raised in. Unloving, cruel, ruthless to anyone who might be different. How is that fair? Life is unfair, is what you'll say, right? Then what's the point of trying to succeed and be happy, knowing that it could all be taken away from me if someone with a gun and an itch to scratch doesn't like the way I look? I can vote. I'm going back. I'm going back to then what's the point? Then what's the point of trying to succeed and be happy, knowing that it could all be taken away from me if someone with a gun and an itch to scratch doesn't like the way I look? And I will never have the power to do anything about it. I can't change the laws. I can vote, and sometimes it does help, but sometimes it just reminds you of how much the country you live in hates you. I'm just one person without power, without hope, and most likely without a future to look forward to. And you're probably thinking, what does this white girl have to complain about? But that's just it. That's the worst part. I'm not white. I might as well call myself white. Maybe I should. Then I wouldn't be mocked for following some trend to look ethnic or whatever. But let me tell you why I don't. The only reason I don't is for my family. My mother named me Hannah. I probably think it's bland because her name is Margarita. Margarita. What a wonderful name. A beautiful name that she has to change on her resume so she can at least land an interview. She changes it to Barbara. Great. I've never learned Spanish. Whatever I know is from my own learning in high school Spanish classes. Mochila, baño, profesora. I'm practically proficient, right? I was stripped of my culture here, but I'm not mad at my family for doing it. I'm hurt by this country that required it. We call this country united. It hasn't been united since I got here. My mother didn't want me to be a Mexicana in this country. She never taught me Spanish so I wouldn't have an accent. She gave up whatever beautiful name my culture would have given me just so I wouldn't lose job opportunities. And it may sound far-fetched to some of you, but this is the reality. Not just for me, but for someone you know. I want to know my cousins who are somewhere down in Mexico living their own lives, who have never met me because I'm so whitewashed. I want to embrace my culture, use my heritage to learn from the past, but I have no one willing to teach me about my own background. You think I want to tell racists I'm a minority and give them a reason to treat me even shittier? My mother is scared I will become the next victim of an unlawful murder or a lawful murder. I'm too scared to fight, and I'm too tired to constantly remind people that the color of your skin shouldn't be as big as a deal this country makes it out to be. I just want to give up. But I can fight instead. So here I am, fighting for me and my friends, fighting for our right to exist. I am Mexicana, but in all honesty, I am more white than anything. And as a white person, it is my privilege to stand up for the Black community after oppressing them for hundreds of years. To stand up for the Asian communities, for the enslavement of their kind during World War II, for all the racist jokes being told and hate crimes happening today. To stand up for the Mexican community, who still have their people, their children, locked away even during the fucking pandemic. To stand up for the indigenous community, whose land and whose life we stole and soiled. I will keep fighting, especially for the ones who can't. It's the least I can do. Even if I fear for my future, some people fear for walking to 7-Eleven and never returning. This is the USA, where dreams of the rich and white are turned into reality. I do want to give up. I want to give up every day.
A dinner bell rings, and all the women trickle out to the dining room table. Everyone sits, except Friend. The women invite her to join them. Friendly, warm. Friend hesitates, makes her choice, and looks at the audience.
But I'm not going to. Not this time, not today. Someone has to stay and fight, and it might as well be me.
End of play. Golden Walls by Brandon Mares. Lights up. The child sits at the front of the stage, looking out.
Once, there was a golden city, filled with all the riches the world had to offer. The people inside built giant walls around it to keep monsters from getting inside.
Parent 1 and Parent 2 enter.
That's every orange picked.
And every weed pulled.
Tomorrow we'll pick the strawberries.
We'll be paid next week. And then we might be able to bring some of the fruit home. Do we still have...
Parent 2 notices Parent 1 has fallen asleep. She puts a blanket over him and sits beside the child.
Standing tall within the city was a shining golden tower. Every night, the people who lived outside the city looked up to the tower and dreamed of the life within. Outside, they worked hard and did their best with what they had in the homes they had built for the sake of their children. They did not share in the riches of the city, and they did not have the protection of its walls.
The monster enters.
To hurt, to touch, to take, to claim.
Parent 2 sees it.
Wake up!
Parent 1 wakes up and quickly hides the family with the blanket. The monster stalks around near the family, looking for them, getting closer and closer.
To claim.
But it does not find them. It growls and exits.
When a monster found a home, it would make its nest nearby and return every night, stalking the people inside and hoping to eat as many of them as it could.
We can't stay. It isn't safe here anymore.
But if the monster catches us traveling at night, it will attack us. And if we ask someone to help, we'll put their family in danger too.
There's only one place that can keep us safe.
Fearing for their child, the family had no choice but to flee their home, make their way to the gates of the Golden City, and ask to be allowed inside.
The family gets up and approaches the gates.
Please hear us, gatekeeper. Monsters have found our home and last night tried to attack me and my family. My partner and I fear for the safety of our child, and we seek sanctuary within your walls.
We hear your plight, and you may enter our city. But first, we must find a place where you're going to stay. So return tomorrow when this matter has been resolved.
Whatever roof you can spare will do for now, but please. For the moment, we only ask to be let inside so that our child may be protected by your walls.
Do not take advantage of our generosity. Finding a space for you means having less space for ourselves. If you wish to enter our city, you will do so by our methods. Until then, you must wait.
And so, for the sake of their child, they waited. They turned to face another day outside the city, taking shelter under the branches of a nearby tree.
The family sits.
It's only for one more day. They will let us in. We just have to wait a little longer.
Soon we will be safe inside the city, and we can raise our child in peace.
But they had been forced to flee their home in a hurry, and had already run out of what little supplies they had managed to take with them.
We haven't had anything to drink for hours, and we won't until tomorrow when they let us inside the city.
But their child needed water.
We still have this bucket. I can find the river and fill it up for us again.
It's dangerous to be wandering the woods alone. What if it gets dark and a monster finds you?
I'll return before it gets dark, and if a monster finds me, I'll run and hide and return right back to you once it's safe again.
The woods are never safe.
But it's what we must do for our child.
For our child.
Parent 2 stays by the child, while Parent 1 walks slowly across the stage, searching.
So they left to look for a river. First, they followed the trail, listening for the sound of water, hoping desperately that they weren't mistaken.
Wait, I hear it. I knew I heard it.
Filled with relief, they hurried and followed the sound, but it was further away than they realized. And it was a while longer before they had finally reached the river.
Here it is. I knew I remembered where it was.
As they filled their bucket, they looked up and saw the golden tower shining above even the trees. They dreamed the life their family would soon have. They didn't notice that the sun had set.
This will last us for tomorrow. I must hurry back.
To hurt. To touch.
Parent 1 stops and looks around, then continues. The monster appears on stage behind him.
To take. To claim.
Parent 1 tosses the water from the bucket at the monster, but the monster slashes at his arm and cuts him, and Parent 1 falls to the ground. The wet monster growls and retreats off stage. Parent 1 eventually picks himself up and returns to where the child and Parent 2 wait.
A scratch from a monster was poisonous, spreading slowly and painfully throughout the victim's body. There was medicine that could help, but it was rare outside the city. And so the next day, they made another plea at the Golden Gates.
The family stands again and approaches the gate.
Please hear our cries, gatekeeper. We have waited a day as you asked, but we were without water. My partner left to find a river but was attacked and poisoned by a monster. Our child isn't safe out here and my partner is sick. We need your help.
We hear your plight, and you may enter our city. But now, you must find a doctor who will be available to help. Return tomorrow when this matter has been resolved.
We will wait for the doctor as long as we can, but please, allow us to wait inside your walls. Our child isn't safe out here, and my partner is very sick.
Do not take advantage of our generosity. Once a doctor is found for your partner, our own sick people will have to wait. If you wish to enter our city, you will do so by our methods. Until then, you must wait.
And so, for the sake of their child, they waited, returning to their shelter beneath the tree, determined to last another day right outside the city walls.
Do not worry. The city has more than enough medicine to help.
And soon we'll be able to get it for you. Once they let us in.
And we'll never have to worry about the monsters again.
But they had now gone an entire day without food or water.
The river was too far, and you don't know the way. We can't risk trying it again.
And you're too sick to travel that far.
But their child needed food.
I may have an idea.
What is it?
When we passed by those yellow wildflowers, there was a bush. I think it might have been a berry bush, but I didn't see anything growing on it.
You can't. We can't risk both of us getting sick. Or worse.
It isn't far. I can still see the walls from where it was. We can't let our child starve, and berries would give us at least a little water.
It's dangerous.
But we have to. For our child.
Parent 1 stays by the child, while Parent 2 walks slowly across the stage, searching.
They wandered out into the forest, carrying their bucket towards where they had seen the yellow flowers and the bushes that might still offer something.
Here it is! But there's only one berry left. Oh, but I recognize these mushrooms. I can bring some of these back if I can find any more.
They looked back and saw the golden tower of the city through the trees. They saw the promise of life they would have if they could survive just one more day.
I just need to look a little farther.
Parent 2 digs for mushrooms, keeping the bucket beside her.
The hours passed, slower and slower, but never once did they stop searching. They worked until their back was sore from hunching over, and their fingers raw from pulling food from the dirt. They would not stop until their bucket was filled with enough food for their family.
To hurt, to touch, to take, to claim.
The monster appears behind Parent 2 and reaches for the bucket. She tries to stop it, but the monster growls and swipes at her, and she falls back and injures her leg. The monster takes the bucket and runs off. Parent 2 eventually picks herself back up and limps back to where the child and Parent 1 wait.
They avoided the monster's poisonous claws, but the fall twisted their leg, and the monster had run off with their food. After hours of hard work, when they returned to their family, all they had left were the scraps they found in the dirt and could carry in their pockets. As soon as the sun rose, they made their plea again.
Gatekeeper, hear us. We have been patient and waited as you asked, but we have hardly eaten and we have had nothing to drink. And my partner and I are now too weak to go looking for food and water again. We have to protect our child. Please, we ask for sanctuary within your city.
We hear your plight, and you may enter our city. But now you're injured, and we must find a place where you're going to be able to work under your conditions. Return tomorrow when this matter has been resolved.
We are not afraid of hard work. We'll earn our place within your city. Just give us any job you want done. Just let us protect our child.
Do not take advantage of our generosity. To pay your wages means giving ourselves less money. You may enter the city when a suitable job is found. Until then, you must wait.
And so, for they had no other option, they waited.
Don't worry. As long as we're here, you'll be safe.
And tomorrow, we'll all be in the Golden City.
But their child needed food.
Inside the city, there is so much delicious food that we'll never have to be hungry again.
But their child needed water.
The city has beautiful clean lakes with water that flows down all the way into their homes so that everyone can drink as much as they want.
But their child was scared.
There'll be nothing to be afraid of once we're in the city.
The walls will keep us safe once they let us in. But for now, we must be brave and we must rest.
Everything will be all right tomorrow. We just need to be patient.
Don't worry. The city will fix everything. Just rest for now.
So they slept and waited. And though they didn't say it, the child could hear in their voices the uncertainty and the fear. They were both now incapable of wandering back into the woods. The only one left who could try to save their family was their child. So they waited until the sun just barely began to light the sky before either of their exhausted parents woke. They took their first few steps into the woods, but then...
Travelers, we thank you for your patience. The time has now come for you to enter our glorious Golden City.
They're letting us in.
We're being saved! We'll never have to worry about monsters again!
Our child will finally be safe.
Welcome to our Golden City.
And so finally, after a lifetime of enduring, they were finally allowed inside the Golden Gates and were allowed to live beside the Golden Tower they dreamed about all their lives.
There are so many people here.
And they're all carrying baskets of food! Oh, there's so much here.
But only their child seemed to notice the spots on the fruit and the mold on the bread and the way people clutched at their baskets as the family passed.
Follow me, please. There's much work to be done.
Will we be able to eat soon? Our family hasn't eaten properly in days.
You must work to earn food.
We're not afraid of hard work.
My partner is very sick. They were scratched by a monster. They can't work until they're cured.
Scratched by a monster?
Yes. You said you would find a doctor.
Let me see. Oh, dear.
You have a cure for it, don't you?
Yes, but she'll never be able to afford it in time.
Can't we work to pay it off?
Guard! Escort this person to the hospital, please.
Wait!
Don't worry. I'm sure they'll be able to help.
A guard ushers parent 1 off stage.
The doctors can help, can't they?
There isn't much they can do if you can't afford a cure. They'll have to amputate the whole arm. It's the only way for him to survive, and it's the safest option.
What? No!
I'm afraid there isn't any other option if you want your partner to survive. You won't be able to even afford anything if you don't start working now. Guard! Please escort this person to the mill.
Wait! But my child!
You should have brought someone to watch him for you.
Wait! But... Stay here. I'll come back.
A guard ushers parent 2 off stage.
They were finally in the city. The child waited until it was once again dark. The people passed without looking, tightening their grips on their baskets full of rot and mold, only shaking their heads and wondering who would leave a child all alone. The child waited until every last person went inside their homes, but neither parent returned. And then they heard something approaching. Afraid, they hid. It was a cart filled with fresh food and bread still warm even in the cold night. It passed by just as quickly as it appeared, heading in the direction of the Golden Tower. The child looked up. It was the closest their family had ever been. And in the darkness, the light from top of the tower shone like a beacon. And there, the child could see, looking down on the Golden City from atop of the Golden Tower, was a monster.
A monster appears behind the child and grabs him. End of play. One in Six by Yanira Loera. Lights up on a multi-area set. There is a bedroom stage right, a gynecology exam room center stage, and a library stage left. A large clock hangs above the stage. Scene 1, library, 8 a.m. The librarian is on stage emptying boxes. Pro enters.
Hey, Pro. Long time no see. Thanks for coming.
Hi, librarian. Good to see you.
Appreciate you helping us unpack on your break.
Oh, no problem. It's so nice to be one of the first people to see the new library.
Oh, I know. It's so nice. New furniture, new bookcases, and even my desk got so much bigger.
Yeah, it all looks great. What do you need help with?
Can you help me empty these boxes? We're putting the psychology books on this shelf.
Sure.
So, how was your break?
It was okay. I stayed home and watched TV. I read a couple books.
Oh yeah? What did you read?
I read this new mystery novel from my favorite author.
The clock fast forwards. 1 p.m. Pro's phone sounds an alarm.
Oh, I need to go. I have an appointment I need to get to.
Alright, well, thanks for coming and helping out. See you next week on the first day of school?
Yep. See you later.
See you later.
Pro moves from the library to the gynecology exam room, taking off her sweater and putting on a hospital gown. The clock fast forwards to 2 p.m. Pro sits on the examination bed. Dr. 1 enters.
Hello, are you Pro?
Oh, yes.
I will be your doctor for today. One moment and I'll open up your chart. Okay, let me ask you some questions before we get started. When was the first day of your last menstrual cycle?
It was August. August.
Pro checks her phone to find the exact date.
You track your cycle on your phone?
Yeah. The 18. August 18.
Are you taking any prescription or non-prescription medication right now?
I have an inhaler, but I haven't used it in years.
Okay. Do you smoke?
No.
Do you drink?
Like once a month. When I do, it's not a lot though.
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
I'm allergic to latex.
Alright, so why did you come in today?
I'm having some discomfort down there.
Okay. Any abnormally colored discharge?
No, no discharge. Just a lot of pain, a lot of burning and itching.
Okay. Are you sexually active with men, women, or both?
Yes, well, I was with a guy, but we broke up not too long ago.
Okay. How many partners have you had?
Only my ex. I haven't done anything with anyone else.
Okay, I'm gonna have you lay back and put your legs up and I'll take a look. Are you in school? Can I have you move down more, please?
Dr. 1 puts on non-latex gloves.
I'm a full-time student on a scholarship.
Oh, that's great to hear. Good for you. Can you move down more a little bit, please? Are you working?
I can't really
A little more.
get a job because
More?
I really need to focus on school.
Alright, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, school takes a lot of work. Where exactly are you having the discomfort?
Like, between the lips?
Between the labias?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dr. 1 starts to examine her.
Okay. Let me check. Do you live with your parents?
Yes, I live with my mom and my 4 siblings.
Yes, I see it. That's it. Yep, that's herpes.
Pro sits up, not believing what she just heard.
What?
That's a herpes breakout.
Isn't this forever and there's no cure?
Yes, you will have this for the rest of your life and there isn't a cure, but it is very common and there's medicine you can take to make the breakouts more manageable.
I don't understand. I've only had sex with one person and we always use a condom.
Did they not inform you that they have herpes?
No?
Okay, well, then it might not be herpes. I'm going to swab it and send it to a lab to get it tested, and we'll see what the test results say. They usually take a week for the results to come in. Can I have you lay back down, please?
Pro gets back into the stirrups again. Dr. 1 grabs a cotton swab and swabs her, which causes Pro major discomfort.
Okay, I am done swabbing. You can sit up now.
Pro sits back up again, still feeling the discomfort.
I'm going to step out and let you get dressed. A nurse will be with you shortly.
Dr. 1 exits. Pro gets dressed and moves to her bedroom. Lights shift, and the clock fast forwards to 3 p.m.
I don't understand. I've only had sex with one person. I always use a condom. I don't understand how I got this. Please tell me this is a dream. Please tell me the results will be negative.
The clock fast forwards to 11 p.m. Pro goes to bed. The clock starts spinning and continues throughout the scene, and the lights shift to a dream world. Pro gets up and heads to the library, where the librarian is on stage, emptying boxes.
Hey, Pro. Long time no see.
Hi, librarian?
Thank you for having me in your dream.
Oh, no problem, I guess. Wait, why are you in my dream? Oh my god. Why am I dreaming of the fucking librarian? That's weird.
I know it's a little weird, but I don't think it's one of those dreams. You seem like you dreamed of me here because you needed a friend.
Yeah. What do I need help with?
Well, let's get started.
Started?
The librarian pulls out the mystery novel and holds it up.
So, how was your break?
It was okay. I stayed home, watched TV. I read a couple books.
Oh yeah? What did you read?
I read this new mystery novel from my favorite author. Oh, I need to go. I have an appointment I need to get to.
Alright, well, thanks for coming and helping out. See you next week on the first day of school?
Yep, see you later.
See you later.
Pro and the librarian exit the library and go to the gynecology exam room. Pro stays in her PJs and sits on the exam bed. Dr. One enters.
Hello, are you Pro?
Yes.
I will be your doctor for today. One moment and I'll open up your chart.
Let's add a splash of kindness.
How's your day going so far?
Good. Thanks for asking.
That's great to hear. Okay, let me ask you some questions before we get started. When was the first day of your last menstrual cycle?
Sprinkle in some confidence.
August 18.
Okay, thanks. Are you taking any prescription or non-prescription medication right now?
I have an inhaler, but I haven't used it in years.
Okay. Do you smoke?
No, I just said I had an inhaler.
Alright, sorry. Do you drink?
Like, once a month. When I do, it's not a lot. Although now I have the feeling I'm gonna drink more than I should.
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
I'm allergic to latex.
Interesting. Did you know that less than 1% of the US population has an allergic reaction to latex?
Really? Oh, I guess I was born unlucky.
Alright, so why did you come in today?
I'm having some discomfort down there.
Okay. Any abnormally colored discharge?
No discharge. Just a lot of pain, burning, and itching.
Okay. Are you sexually active with men, women, or both?
Yes, well, I was with a guy. We broke up not too long ago.
Let's not go there yet.
Okay. How many partners have you had?
Nope, we're skipping that.
Okay, I'm going to have you lay back and put your legs up and I'll take a look. Are you in school?
I'm a full-time student on a scholarship.
Oh, that's great to hear. Good for you. Are you working?
I can't get a job because I really need to focus on school.
Perfect position, thank you. Yes, school takes a lot of work. Where exactly are you having the discomfort?
Let's do it right this time.
Between the labias.
Okay, let me take a look. Do you live with your parents?
Yeah, I live with my mom and my 4 siblings.
Oh, I see. You do have a little irritation.
What?
Let's not do the herpes thing this time.
It's nothing to worry about. A simple cream should help. If you wear tight pants, you probably got it from that.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great.
I'm gonna write you a prescription for some cream. Do you need anything else?
No, this was great.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step out and a nurse will be with you shortly.
Dr. One exits. The librarian walks Pro to her bedroom. Pro gets in bed, and the librarian tucks her in.
If only this was real.
Should it have been like this?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm your imagination.
The librarian looks at the clock, which is still spinning.
It's time for me to go.
The librarian moves to the library.
Wait, no. I don't want this to end.
The clock stops spinning and lands on 7 a.m. Pro's alarm goes off. She wakes up, turns it off, gets out of bed. She walks over to the closet and grabs a sweater to put on. She checks herself in the mirror and gazes at herself for a long beat. Then she grabs her phone, books, and backpack and heads off to the library. Scene 2, library, 8 a.m.
Hi, librarian.
Hi, Pro. Long time no see. How was the last week of your break?
It was nice. I got to spend some time with my mom. We made tamales.
Ooh, wow, that sounds so good right now. Lucky you.
Yeah, it was nice. Can I rent out a laptop?
Sure, you still can't afford to get one? They really need to make school more affordable. Can I have your student ID, please?
Pro hands over her ID. The librarian scans it, hands it back, then hands Pro a laptop.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Pro sits at a table and opens the laptop. The lights shift to a different reality. Virus enters with a whiteboard and a bunch of markers.
All right. Let's search genital herpes.
She types.
Load. WebMD. Genital herpes. HSV 1 and 2.
WebMD. All right. Fuck it. Let's click on this.
She clicks the link.
What the hell is HSV? Do they mean HIV? No. Wait. Is it the same thing? No. The doctor specifically said herpes.
Genital herpes is a common and highly contagious infection, usually spread through sex. This infection is usually caused by the herpes simplex virus 2, HSV2, or the herpes simplex virus 1, HSV1. This virus is usually responsible for cold sores.
Virus writes HSV equals herpes on his whiteboard.
What the actual fuck? So herpes is known as HSV? What asshole made the abbreviation so similar? Let's keep scrolling.
Ad. Can cheap pills cure gonorrhea? New test can tell.
Okay, close that. I don't want to see that.
Ad. People turn to social media to diagnose STDs.
God, there's a lot of these.
Ad. CVS Health Advanced Free/genital wart removal.
Fucking G's, they keep coming.
Ad. Could it be herpes? Is it herpes related? Does condom size matter? Walk in STD tester near you. Call your doctor today.
Okay, ads are the stupidest thing ever created.
Pro slams the laptop shut. The lights shift back to reality. Virus exits. The clock fast forwards to 11 a.m. Friend 1 enters, grabs a laptop from the librarian, and sits down next to Pro.
Hey, Pro, how was your break?
It was okay, I guess. How was yours?
It was good. Are you taking a full load of classes again?
Yeah, I have to.
Ah, that's right, the scholarship. Well, at least you won't be in as much debt as me.
I guess you're right.
And these professors are already putting us to work, giving us readings and project assignments. Like, damn, it's only the first day. What happened to the good old days where we just spent the first day going over the syllabus?
The clock fast forwards to 12:30 p.m. Friend 1's phone rings.
Shh. Hello? Oh, okay. I'll be right there. Friends 2 and 3 are here. I'm gonna go get them.
All right.
Friend 1 exits. Pro opens the laptop. Lights shift out of reality. Virus runs out.
Herpes, herpes, herpes!
Pro slams the laptop shut. The lights shift back immediately, and Virus exits. Pro puts her head down. Friend 1 re-enters with Friend 2 and Friend 3.
Hey, Pro. Shh. Sorry, asshole.
Hi, Pro. Hey, guys. How's your first day of school?
It's okay. I just came to get this dipshit so we could watch the class together. I'm already regretting taking an English class on a Monday.
Fuck you, you're the dipshit of this group and we all know that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't sign up for English this semester. I'm focusing on math.
Guess you were born lucky then.
That doesn't make any sense. Actually, never mind.
You almost done packing up?
I just need to return this laptop. Hold on.
Well, hurry the fuck up. I got places to be.
Friend 1 goes to give the laptop to the librarian.
Are you gonna hang out with me for a little bit?
Sorry, I can't. I have class soon. It's across campus, so I'm gonna head out with them.
Oh, what class is it?
It's a human sexuality class.
Ooh, human sex. Learning all the crazy positions I see. 69, doggy style,
Yeah, nope. It's definitely not that. Or, I don't think so. God, I hope not. I looked it up on the Rate My Professor, and it's like a 60-year-old dude teaching it.
What are you guys talking about?
Kinky sex positions friend 3 is gonna learn from a 6-year-old daddy who's looking for a horny stepchild.
Ugh, gross.
Stop! No talking about daddies, please.
Shh.
Sorry.
It's a joke. Relax.
No, I really am taking a human sexuality class.
Oh, I've heard about that. I heard it's really interesting. You talk about the psychology of sex and blah, 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 and STDs.
Ew. Okay then. Well, I'm gonna start walking. I don't want to be late. I actually want to find a seat for the whole 2 hours of this bullshit. See ya.
Bye, I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Have fun.
Friends 1, 2, and 3 exit. Pro walks over to the librarian.
Hi, librarian. I'm writing a research paper for my human sexuality class, specifically about STDs. I was wondering where I could start looking for information, like from a trustworthy source.
Well, if you don't want to go looking through books, there's always the CDC and American Health Organization, and even Planned Parenthood. Is there a specific sexually transmitted disease that you're researching?
No, thanks.
Pro returns to the table and opens the laptop. The lights shift. Virus re-enters.
Alright, let's type in CDC.
Load, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
Alright, I'm on this dumb website. Let's search genital herpes.
Load, genital herpes, website headline. Most people do not know they have genital herpes.
Alright then, let's click on the fact sheet column.
Fact sheets. You can get genital herpes from an infected partner even if your partner has no herpes symptoms.
Virus writes, no symptoms equals possibly positive on the whiteboard.
Well, that's fucking scary. I guess I'll keep going.
Genital herpes is a common sexually transmitted disease that any sexually active person can get. Most people with the virus don't have symptoms.
Anyone, huh? How common is genital herpes?
In the United States, more than 1 out of every 6 people aged 14 to 49 years have genital herpes.
Virus writes 1 in 6 on the whiteboard.
If it's so common, why doesn't anyone I know have it? Wait, what the hell is oral herpes?
Oral herpes is usually caused by HSV1 and can result in cold sores or fever blisters on or around the mouth. However, most people do not have any symptoms. Most people with oral herpes were infected during childhood or young adulthood from non-sexual contact with saliva.
Virus writes oral herpes equals cold sores, fever blisters on the whiteboard.
Is there a link between genital and oral herpes?
Oral herpes caused by HSV1 can be spread from the mouth to the genitals through oral sex. This is why some cases of genital herpes are caused by HSV1.
Virus writes HSV1 and 2 equals genital herpes on the whiteboard.
Oh my god. So if I get oral, I could get genital fucking herpes. Can herpes be cured?
There is no cure for herpes. However, there are medicines that can prevent or shorten outbreaks.
Virus writes cure, then crosses it out and draws a sad face.
Fucking fabulous news. Now I might have an incurable STD, possibly from some shitty oral. I might have an incurable STD.
Oh, fun fact! You cannot get genital herpes from a toilet or shared towel.
Gee, wow, thanks. That was so fucking helpful.
The lights shift back to reality. Virus exits.
Shh.
Sorry.
Friend 1 re-enters and speedwalks to Pro's table.
Hey, Pro, I forgot my book. Are you okay?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess? What's going on? What's wrong?
I think I caught something from my ex.
What?
I think I caught an STD from my ex. But it doesn't have a cure and I don't know what to do.
Are you gonna die?
No, or at least I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, what is it specifically?
The doctor said it looked like genital herpes.
Is that still a thing? I thought it was gone.
Nope. I guess it's still alive and thriving. I think he already had it and never told me. He never got tested and I finally gave in to having sex. He just wore me down.
How do you know it was him?
He's the only person I've been with. The only person that's seen me naked, gone down on me, been in me. I can't believe I let him wear me down.
Well, why didn't you use protection?
We did. Every time. But I don't know what happened.
Wow, what an asshole. If I were you, I would track him down and cut his balls off and make him eat them. I swear I'll kill them if you ask me to.
What? No. I can't. I mean...
Dude.
Sorry. I just recently went to the doctor's and I don't know what to do. Like, where to start. Online, there's all these medical terms. HSV this and HSV that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it, so I don't know what to say. I gotta go to class. If I'm not there, they're gonna drop me. I'm sorry. Call me if you need anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Friend 1 exits, leaving Pro staring at the laptop. The clock fast forwards to 2 p.m.
Shit. I have class.
Pro returns the laptop and moves to her bedroom. The clock fast forwards to 11 p.m. Mom enters in an apron.
Mom, I'm home.
Hi, Mija. How was school?
It was fine. It feels like it's gonna be a long semester.
Oh, I know, Mija. But it will all be worth it. The first person in our family to graduate college?
Yeah, I know.
I'm so proud of you. I need to go. My schedule changed at work. Now I'm working the night shifts.
Okay. Have a good night. Be safe.
I left some food for you in the fridge. Bye, Mija.
Bye, Ma.
Mom exits. The clock begins to move forward.
Should I want to kill him? Should I be thinking about wanting to make him eat his balls? It didn't even cross my mind. What's that gonna change? Honestly, fuck him. But what about me? I have this breakout that won't go away. This pain and discomfort that's gonna annoy me all day won't stop and probably never will. Fuck. What's gonna happen if the test comes back positive? What would I do? What would I tell my mom? She expects so much from me. She expects me to achieve so much. I expected myself to achieve so much. I would just feel like a disappointment. Disappointment with herpes.
The clock stops at 2 a.m. Pro puts on her PJs and goes to bed. The clock begins to spin, and the librarian comes to her again.
Welcome back.
Oh, shit. Hey, librarian.
Shall we get started?
They walk back to the library.
Can I have your student ID, please? Here you go.
Thank you. Alright, let's search genital herpes.
Pro starts to open the laptop, the lights begin to shift, and Virus begins to enter.
Nope, I'm not letting you put yourself through that again. No one needs that kind of anxiety.
The librarian closes the laptop. Virus throws their hands in the air and storms off. Friends 1, 2, and 3 enter and walk straight to Pro's table.
Hey, Pro.
We don't need to hear that asshole run their mouth again.
Sorry.
Hey guys, how's your first day of school?
It's okay. I just came to get friend once we could walk to class together. I'm already regretting taking English class on a Monday.
Ha! I told you a morning class would be hard.
Oh yeah. I didn't sign up for English this semester. I'm focusing on math.
You are really good at math. Guess you were born lucky.
Oh, thanks. I can tutor you when you take it in the future.
Sounds good. Friend 1, you almost done packing up?
I just need to return this laptop to the front desk. Hold on.
Alright, sounds good.
Are you gonna hang out with me for a little bit?
Sorry, I can't. I have class soon. It's across campus, so I'm gonna head out over there with them.
Oh? What class is it?
It's a human sexuality class.
Wow. I didn't even know they had that class here.
What are you guys talking about?
My human sexuality class.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking it and learning about the psychology of sex.
I heard it's a really interesting class. You talk about pleasure, consent, and STDs.
Who knew there was so much information involving sex? Well, we gotta head to class. Bye, Pro. See you later.
Bye, I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye. Have fun.
Friends 1, 2, and 3 exit. Pro walks over to the librarian.
Hi, librarian. I'm writing a research paper for my human sexuality class, specifically about STDs. I was wondering where I could start looking for information, like from a trustworthy source.
Let's hold. You know, that was a pretty good cover story, but let's not overwhelm ourselves.
Thanks. I came with it in the moment.
We're gonna skip this too.
Virus enters again with a bunch of markers.
Sorry, Virus. We're skipping this section. Look, I get it. We all want our stage time, but we still got a lot more to go, and we both know that's not what she needs right now. Off you go.
Virus, frustrated, exits. Friend 1 re-enters.
Hey, Pro, I forgot my book. Are you okay?
I guess.
What do you mean, I guess? What's going on? What's wrong?
I think I caught something from my ex.
What?
I think I caught an STD from my ex, but it doesn't have a cure and I don't know what to do.
Are you gonna die?
No, at least I don't think so. I don't know. I'm too scared to find out. I'm waiting for the results to come in.
So you don't even know if you have it yet? Like, your test hasn't come back saying you're positive?
No, I haven't got my test results back.
I love you very much, and I think the best advice I can give you is to act like you do have it. Learn to start accepting it now, so if the test results come back positive, you'll already be accepting it, and if it comes back negative, then you can just forget it ever happened.
Yeah, I'll try doing that. I just don't know how to tell anyone, especially my mom.
Look, God forbid your mom doesn't accept you, I'll be your family. We all will. We're here for you, but I am sure she'll accept you no matter what.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go back to bed.
The librarian takes the laptop and puts it away, then walks Pro to her bedroom and tucks her in.
I don't want to leave. Everyone is so nice here.
Sorry, Pro. You don't have a choice.
The librarian returns to the library. The clock stops spinning and lands on 7 a.m. Pro's alarm goes off. She wakes up, turns it off, gets out of bed. She walks over to the closet and grabs a sweater to put on. She checks herself in the mirror and gazes at herself for a long beat. End of play thus far.
This ought to be the right kind of place for a tough guy like you. Garbage cans, rats galore. Scram! I said take off! Beat it!